Guys, we got combine on the board, lots of moving and grooving. We got some lifting in there, got some cardio, got some running, all kinds of stuff. 4 different stations. They're 9 minutes apiece. They're all ran very similarly. Such a hard word. Similarly. Anyway, I'm over it. So there are an active rest in each one of these 4 stations, and then there are 4 movements from which to choose. Say Jordan and I are partners, and we start in station 1, which is going to be up here. Station 2 is going to be on this side of the gray mat. Station 3 is going to be on the other half of the gray mat, and station 4 is going to be on that far side. I'm going to get into a wall sit, and then he's going to execute one of these 4 movements. And I'm going to stay in my wall sit until I get done. After he gets done, I will come out of my wall sit, and he will go into the wall sit, and I will choose one of those 4. Good thing about this workout is if there's something on the board that you don't like to do, you can just completely skip it. If there's something on the board that you really like to do, you can do it over and over and over. How we trainers like to do it is we just like to start at the top and work our way through, no matter if we like the movement or not, and try to see how many times we can run through them in the 9 minutes. Any questions on how it's ran? 3's ran, 2 and 3 are ran a little differently, but I'll get to that here in just a sec. Questions on how it's ran? All right, let's start with these movements. We got wall sit, 90 degrees, right here, get comfy. The movements are power steps, driving through and creating distance between you and the box, hanging out over the box and not hanging out away and trying to do soccer taps. There we go. Tricep dips are going to be on the box as well, but it's going to stay close to the box. We're going to go down as far as we can and then squeeze those triceps when we get to the top. 30 core tucks, you can do them on the side of a box, you can do them on the floor. If you decide to do them on the gray mat because you have a sensitive tushy, let's try to stay out of the way of the people who are sprinting down that lane. And then we got jump tucks. Best way to do these is just to rip them off like a Band-Aid. Jump up, bring your knees to your chest. If you try to do them in sets of 5, you'll start to realize how tiring they are, and it may take you a while. Station 2. Active rest is going to be bike. One's going to be on the bike, burning it down, while the other one sprints down. And then when you get to the end of the mat, you will choose one of these 4. We got a plank jack. A plank jack for 40. You can either be in your palm plank position or your forearm plank position. Sit-ups for 25. You're laying down, and then you sit up. We got load up bench hops. He's going to demonstrate on the boxes, but we're going to do these on the benches. We're going to land with one leg, and we're going to get plenty of bend in that leg, like we're going to load up the energy, and then we're going to explode over for 30. And then we got 15 burpees, chest down to the ground, and then exploding up. Then we're going to sprint back. Our partner will sprint down and do one of those 4, and then sprint back. Station 3. This one's ran a little differently too. Active rest is actually going to be your tiny plate push. You're going to grab a couple of those tiny plates, and you're going to push them all the way to the end of the mat, and then push them back. While your partner is doing the tiny plate push, you are going to choose from one of these 4 kettlebell movements to execute while they're gone. So he's going to go into upright rows, partner's going to push down and back, then they're going to switch. Here's the thing. Those tiny plates all the way down and all the way back can get really, really tiring. So at any point you want to push down to that first set of cones right there, then turn around, then that's going to be acceptable as well. Let's go over these kettlebell movements. We've got upright rows. Leading with those elbows. Elbows are going to be the highest point, all the way down, all the way up. We got kettle swings, forward, backward movement. Hinging at the hip, keeping that back nice and tight. Slight bend in the knees. This is not an up and down squatting motion. This is a hip thrust motion. Overhead press. Kettlebell upside down, pressing overhead and sticking your head through the window. And then we got deadlift. Hinging at the hips, again, slight bend in the knees, keeping that back nice and flat. Feel that pull in the hamstrings, and then come up, squeeze those glutes when you get to the top. Last but not least, station 4, active rest is going to be pop squat. We're going to squat with our feet apart, and then we're going to bring our feet together. I'd like for you to touch the ground to ensure that you're getting deep enough, getting your full range of motion squat. 4 movement choices are mountain climbers for 40, long plank position, bringing those knees into your chest, keeping that core engaged. Thrusters, you can do these with a kettlebell, you can do them with one single dumbbell if you like. Squatting down, getting nice and deep, and then pressing overhead when we come to the top. Oh, Johnny, this is going to be total, so 15 each side, hands behind your head. It's just kind of like a staggered jump lunge. Beautiful, just like that. Then we got push-ups, 15. For some of you, that's not a lot. So let's make sure to challenge ourselves on these. Maybe get into some narrow push-ups, some explosive push-ups, clap push-ups, clap behind your back push-ups, clap twice behind your back push-ups. There we go. So, and if 15 is challenging for you, let's just try to get that 15 done as well and pretty as we can. Any questions? Nah, bro. No question.